Hey everyone, I got my 2-banger. It's actually a 40-ounce bottle of Colt 45. And I got Yuengling. I've seen Yuengling in 2 different cans. What is it the same thing? Anyways, I got stuff that's crap in the news. You know, the headlines, you probably heard of some of them, and you know, and I want to warn you now, if you're trigger warning for suicide. I don't shed tears for crap like that. So you might as well just hang it up now and just go to another video or whatever. So these were just idiots in the news that I heard on the radio. I listened to a radio and they talk about the topics and stuff like that and everything like that. Okay, first one was, there's an employer, if you go in for an interview and they ask you, do you use ChatGPT? And you say, yes, I do. And then they ask you, can you prompt it to do an analysis on your search results or your behavioral tendencies? So they're going to see what you use for ChatGPT and see what it says, what you searched and used it for to get this job. And I was like, I don't know if I would even want. Why would you ask? That's kind of privacy, ain't it? Isn't that like invasion of privacy somehow? I think if I really didn't want the job, I says, can you show me yours? You know, or can you show me your history on your Google searches or whatever? I think that's a little wrong. Anyways, here's another one. Donny Osmond. Oh boy. He had a concert, and a woman is trying to sue him because she was hit in the eye with an inflatable LED ball. So I'm thinking probably a beach ball. Not only this, okay, and she suffers life-altering injuries that continue to affect her daily life, retinal detachment, severe emotional distress, including psychological trauma, fear, anxiety, PTSD, and loss of enjoyment of life. Good God. Can you imagine this Karen being in a store? Can you imagine if she gets a flat tire? I got PTSD. My anxiety is going through the roof. These people are, I'll bet you the lawyer wrote that up, because she didn't write that up. And they're going to go after him for, you know what they should do? Whatever amount of money you're going to sue for, $3 million, $4 million, whatever it is, if you lose, you pay Donny Osmond that. And I bet you wouldn't have as many, attorneys taking up these stupid cases. Yeah. Life, anxiety, PTSD. Yeah, you tell a guy who's over in Iraq and Afghanistan or Vietnam War about PTSD. You get hit in the face with a ball and you got a PTSD? Candy ass. Alright, this is one I heard. Range anxiety disorder. When your electric car isn't charged enough to reach your destination. You know, these electric cars, you think you're doing your part by saving the world? Where does your electricity come from? Probably a coal-powered plant. So you're burning coal to charge your car, or gas, natural gas. Some of these charging stations have diesel engines running for you to charge your car. But you got a disorder now because you're afraid your car isn't charged enough. Wow. Okay. I have a video of George Bush Sr. Yeah, he's the one that started it. Look up. What am I looking up? Something 21. A UN 21 bill that they're trying to. Yeah, it's not good. But anyways, George, I have a video where he is saying, a new world order. Basically a one world government. Yeah, look that one up. But anyways, if there's a one world government, does Pakistan, China, India, all these people who are polluting the world, because America's doing its part, it's clean. We don't have to worry about our air being destroyed. And are they going to have to start meeting up to the standards of EPA standards of America? Or are they going to keep polluting the crap that they keep polluting? I don't know. I think they should. But I don't want no one world government. You kiss my ass on that. Agenda 21 is what I'm saying. Look up Agenda 21. Yeah. Okay, you probably heard this one. A village of Butler in Ohio, I guess, Mayor Wesley Dingus faces charges of voyeurism. Well, this girl was living in her house, and she noticed her room, something was different with her room. She thinks somebody was going in her room when she wasn't home. Now, I don't know if this is a daughter, a stepdaughter, niece, whatever it is, but she put a camera in her room. And she caught Mayor Dingus coming in her room with his shirt off, groping himself, reaching in her laundry hamper. This beer's already affecting me. And smelling it. Now, he's charged with voyeurism, and he's the mayor. How do you recover after that? You just have to leave town, don't you? So I don't know whatever happened, but I'm thinking, if you're charged with voyeurism, the person wasn't there. Are those charges going to stick? I think they should be something. They probably couldn't think of anything, so that's what they thought of to use. You know damn well his attorney's going to say, well, no, she wasn't there. Nobody was harmed. But you're going through her stuff, but it's your house. I don't know. I don't know where that rolled, but he actually, it was actually a year or two before that, sometime before that, there was a suspect being chased by the police on foot. He hit the guy in his car. And he says he didn't see him. Yeah, you voted for that crap. Wow, that's funny. Okay. In Mar-a-Lago, I guess, there was where Donald Trump has his thing. A guy breaks in through the gate. He's carrying a gas can and a 12-gauge shotgun. All right? The Secret Service told him, put down your shotgun. Put down the gun. He puts the gas can down, and he raised up the shotgun, and it didn't go well for him from there on, and he was shot dead. And I was like, well, that's one less idiot in the world. Now, people are going to say, well, he could have had a mental breakdown, but that don't matter. What, are you going to have to wear a hat, a certain kind of hat, to let people know that, oh, you have something wrong with you, so you got to treat them with kid gloves? I don't know. But he was shot dead. All you got to say is put the gun down one time and just, boom. All right. A BBC award show. And there was Michael B. Jordan, the actor, and another black man up there getting the award. And a guy in the audience yells out the N-word as they're up there, claiming he has Tourette's. Now, why is it people with Tourette's swear? Why is it they swear? What if they didn't know any swear words? What would they say? How come it's always swear words? How come it's always swear words? How come it's not broccoli or can of beans or spare tire? How come it's always swear words? You know why? Because it's fake. And there was a time where somebody was claiming Tourette's online, and all of a sudden these girls in high school go to the doctors claiming they have Tourette's. They see it, oh, I think I have it too. You know, yeah, it's fake. So you might know somebody with it. I still think it's fake. I don't care. I don't care. Okay, that one was a stepbrother charged in his stepsister's death on a cruise ship. Alcohol was involved. It was a 17-year-old girl or something. They were in their teens. I guess the brother probably hit on her, was drunk, hit on her, and she turned him down. He killed her and put her underneath the bed. You don't think you would get caught? You don't think you would get caught? Oh, you gotta be dumb. Well, he's charged with murder. People just, I don't know. Okay, here's another one. This is an autonomous country called Anthropic. Anthropics got a $200 million government contract. And they said, they deal with AI. And they says, hey, we don't want the government to use this to spy on Americans, or to be used for autonomous weapons programs. And the government says, or the Pentagon says, nah, I think we should use it for whatever we want to. So, I don't know if it ever went through, but what I'm saying, they'll probably make a robot mounted with guns, and it'll end up killing a bunch of people, and they'll probably say, the government will say, we're not to blame, that thing is to blame, so they can't take the blame, but it's your robot. So look for that to come to fruition. I'm telling you right now. That's another, just Agenda 21. That's another thing for it. All right, here's a TikTok thing. Not that idiots and TikTok is just full of them. Now they're lining their mouths with saran wrap. They put food in there. You've probably seen it. They chew it, but they don't eat it. They spit it out. So how are you even getting nutrients? Why don't you just eat chew on a rubber ball? I guess it's some new thing to do, that you don't have to eat the food. The world is I think the world is full of more idiots in the past 10 years than it has been. I mean, it's getting worse and worse and worse, probably for the past 20 years. But you didn't have this crap. You did have crap back in 30, 40 years ago, but not as bad as it is today. Anyways, somebody called the police on a guy having sex with a dead deer. All right, Alan Osborne. That's who it was. The police show up, find him with his bloody pants on his fur, and everything. I don't know if he killed the animal or if it was hit by a car, but he was having sex with it, and they found him with his pants down around his legs, and there was blood and fur. So he was arrested and charged with crimes against animals. Now, the animal was already dead. How is that a crime? I'm not sticking up for the guy. But here's another one where I just think you're just grabbing at straws, thinking of something to charge this guy with. I can tell you what you could charge. You could just charge him with 2 taps. Just give that guy 2 taps. That's all you need. Now, if that's not bad enough, this is a true story. There's a female. I think she was on TikTok. She has a fantasy that her boyfriend would kill a deer, gut it, she would climb inside of it, and her boyfriend would have sex with her inside the deer. Now, do people give her that much grief? Are people going to call her out because you have people that do these safaris, big game hunters, where they're posing with their elephant, their lion, and they catch hell for that, even though a lot of times that animal doesn't go to waste. It's actually ground up. The meat goes toward the homeless people in that country. They feed people with that meat. But you got her. Well, I don't know if she's going to use that deer or skin that deer or anything like that, but chances are they don't know how to do anything. But I think, yeah, she's another one for double taps. Anyways, this is just, the world is just full of, I don't know. Okay, we heard so much about Nancy Guthrie's 80-year-old grandmother or mom being taken from her house, all right? They found a glove 2 miles away. Now, when they found this glove, did they start at her base around her thing and just go out and pick up every freaking glove that's found and up to 2 miles away? Because there's probably gloves all over the place. Gloves, cigarette butts, condoms, anything. You could probably test all those for DNA. But they found this glove 2 miles from her house. They did a DNA testing on it. And how did they get the DNA test back within a week? You know, whenever I hear these true crime podcasts and everything, they say, oh, you can't get DNA for, it takes up to 6 months. It takes 6 months to a year. There's no way you see these things on TV shows. These are actual cops saying this. There's no way you get it done in a week. There's no way possible. Well, how did they get the test done so fast? They ended up having that guy's DNA on file. It was some restaurant. Some guy at a restaurant. That's what they tracked it down to. Well, he wasn't charged, but how many gloves did you find that you did a DNA test on? I don't know, but here's the thing with DNA. You know how when there's a murder in some town, at some house, and they say, well, we're going to do the DNA testing of anybody within a quarter mile of that place. Okay, say a couple houses down, someone gets killed, they come up to my house, they say, hey, knock, 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 we need your DNA. And they'll be like, why? They'll be like, well, to rule you out that you didn't do this. And I'm like, I'll tell you what, I'll give you my DNA. If I'm not the killer, you pay me $2 million. If I am the killer, you caught me. That's how I'll give you your DNA. Besides that, what do they do with all those DNA tests when they're done? You got your name, you got your address, you probably got your social security number, you probably got a backlog on that DNA. What do they do with that? Do they just throw it away, or do they put it on a file for future reference? Is that how they go around getting DNA tests all the time now? That they could just, we could rule you out. But you give me $2 million, I'll give you my DNA. I might just say $10 million. Just say $10 million. You give me $10 million, you can have my DNA. Well, you're looking guilty right now. I says, if I'm not the killer, you give me $10 million? And they'll start backtracking, backpedaling. Put your money where your mouth is. All right. Justin Timberlake got arrested for a DUI. The lawyer doesn't want the body camera's footage released because it'll hurt his client's reputation, his squeaky clean image. Do you remember the Super Bowl halftime? Well, the footage got released anyways. So what makes you more special than anybody else? A mayor, another police officer, anybody else who got DNA? or a DUI. What makes you more special? It's going to ruin his reputation, like he has a squeaky clean reputation. I don't know. He has some good songs, but I think he's I don't know. He might be overrated, man. There's a lot of overrated people out there. David Bowie, overrated. ZZ Top, overrated. Kiss, overrated. Casey and the Sunshine Band, overrated. Katy Perry, overrated. Good Lord. It's just so many. Shania Twain, overrated. Oh. A lot of awful singers out there. Anyway. Traffic accidents spiked 15% when a new album was released. Hey, Taylor Swift, I listened to your music and I was driving faster than what I should. I got into an accident. Can I sue her? Because you know, if something goes wrong with your car and you're going to sue somebody, you sue the car company. I've seen people do that. Can I sue Taylor Swift or whoever giving me I was listening to that music to? Can I sue? Why not? Anyways. Okay. This one happened in New York. Now, this is about suicide. So, all right, the last part is about suicide. I said I was going to tell you, but I'm not going to tell you the story or whatever. I've had 2 family members, an older brother and sister, that attempted suicide, so don't lecture me about suicide and being unsympathetic or something like that. So I'm not going to tell you what the story was about. So we'll see you in the next one. Have a nice day.